welcome back to the podcast. And before we get started, I always forget to do this, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, like the videos, man. It helps me out, man. So thank you for coming, visiting the channel. Media Mogul Entertainment, the It's Just Different podcast. I appreciate all the love, man. But this video right here is about Lamar Jackson. And people talk about the fact that collusion is not real in the NFL. But we all know it's real in the NFL. And I'm going to tell you how. A lot of these teams keep getting on these ESPN platforms or whatever. And they got the owners meetings right now in Arizona. And all of these teams are saying they don't want to pursue Lamar Jackson. But a lot of these same teams were pursuing Deshaun Watson, which is absolutely fucking crazy. If you're going to pursue one dude with all the criminal shit he had going on, and you're going to tell me you're not going to pursue Lamar Jackson, that's stupid. But here's the deal. They keep saying, well, he wants a guaranteed contract, or he wants this much, and he wants this much. But they're all guessing. All of these teams are guessing. None of these teams, he's his own agent. None of these teams have picked the phone up. I'm going to say it again. None of these teams, when you watch the videos, watch what these people, the media gets on my fucking nerves sometimes because they don't ask these people the hard-hitting questions. They are not asking these people, did you pick the phone up and talk to Lamar Jackson? Because what you're doing right now is you're guessing. Pick the phone up and ask Lamar Jackson what he wants in the deal, in the contract. He said he asked for a trade for a few days before they put the tag on him, the non-exclusive tag on him, which makes it which gives him the access to negotiate with other teams, and the Baltimore Ravens have the right to match any deal that he gets from any other team. But he said he wants out of Baltimore, and Adam Schefter said a few days ago, or maybe a week ago, that he heard through the grapevine Lamar Jackson doesn't want a fully guaranteed deal from any team. He just doesn't want to be in Baltimore anymore because he feels disrespected for what he has done for that franchise. And I understand, because they don't have any skill position players that are any good but the tight end. How can you not give me any weapons outside of a tight end and tell me to go win the Super Bowl? That makes no fucking sense. That makes no fucking sense. But anyways, these owners, Arthur Blank of the Atlanta Falcons, you got Robert Kraft talking. He didn't say he wasn't going to get in on Lamar Jackson. He said that's up to Bill Belichick. Then they came out later and said they're not going to pursue Lamar Jackson. It's going to be a lot of picks. He's a great player. It's going to be a lot of picks. So I understand some teams saying, well, we're not going to pursue him. But some of the teams that were trying to get Deshaun Watson, Atlanta Falcons, and you don't want to go after Lamar Jackson? Like, who's proven more in the NFL? Seriously. It's no contest. I like both. I love both. But come on, man. Let's be real. But here's my issue. I've never in my life, and I know you haven't either, I've never in my life purchased something from another person and did not ask them what the price was. Never in my life. Ever. So, owners, GMs, whoever the fuck you are, pick the phone up, ask Lamar Jackson, hey, what's the contract you're looking for? What are we looking at in the range of what? Like what do you want the Deshaun Watson deal? Do you want a Patrick Mahomes deal? Do you want to, what guarantees are you actually looking for? Because that's the only thing that matters in the NFL is the fully guaranteed money. Not the insurance policy money. The fully guaranteed money is what matters in the NFL. What do you want Lamar Jackson? It's not fucking hard. If you wanted him, you would pick the phone up and ask him. Instead, what they're doing is they're trying to reset the quarterback market. Okay? They're trying to reset the quarterback market, and they're saying, well, look, we don't want this dude to get more than anybody else fully guaranteed because the Browns fucked up and gave $230 million guaranteed to Deshaun Watson. Well, you know what I look at it as? I understand the NFL is a salary cap. It's a salary cap league. I understand all that. But listen, if you want a player and you feel like this player, regardless of what I have around him, can make my team a Super Bowl contender, you give that player whatever the fuck you feel like giving him. And say whatever the hell, fuck the owners, I don't give a shit. I'm going to owner myself. If you're an owner, say I'm going to owner myself. I'm not going to give a fuck what everybody else is talking about. If I want you, I'm going to give you what I think you deserve. What their owners are doing, though, is they're saying Cleveland fucked up. Jimmy Haslam in Cleveland, you fucked up. We're not paying nobody else that shit. So you got Jalen Hurts coming up. You got Justin Herbert coming up. You have what's another young quarterback whose deal is coming up? It escapes my head right now. Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. We already know Cincinnati's cheap. They're not gonna give Joe Burrow nothing crazy. So the Chargers is cheap too. So neither one of those guys' contracts, all three quarterbacks, are going to be crazy, which makes it going to harder for Lamar Jackson to get what they think he's asking for. But Lamar Jackson just came out and said, "Look, I didn't ask for a fully guaranteed contract. They gave me 133 guaranteed the last negotiation. Obviously, but that was a 3-year contract. Obviously, that's not what he wants. You now, if that's true." If that's true, and Lamar Jackson says it's true, so I'm going to believe it's true. If that's 3-year 133, so you work from that. So you work from that point. You call Lamar Jackson. You say, "Hey, look, we heard. Okay, the 3 years 133 is not what you want. How much beyond that are you looking for, and how many years can we make this out? Because we have to. If you don't want a fully guaranteed contract, and you would help us out further down the line with other players, what are you looking at? Is it a 5-year deal? Is it a 6-year deal? Are you looking at a 10-year deal like Patrick Mahomes so we can move the money around? What is it?" I believe in my heart that Lamar Jackson just does not want to play for the Baltimore Ravens. So a fully guaranteed contract isn't what he wants. That's my belief. And as a Minnesota Vikings fan, listen, I'm not a Kirk Cousins fan, but I don't hate Kirk Cousins either. I think Kirk Cousins is what I thought he was before he came to Minnesota. He's an above-average quarterback who does certain stuff. He can throw the ball down the field. He's very, very fucking available. He never gets hurt, which is really, really crazy because he takes a lot of hits here in Minnesota. But if I could trade for Lamar Jackson, I'm going to take it every time. If I could swap both guys, because Baltimore, if you give up Lamar Jackson, you don't have a fucking quarterback. I would swap the hell out of both quarterbacks, but the problem is Kirk Cousins needs to. He has a full trade clause, so he has to accept the deal that you present to him. But I do think with the Baltimore Ravens, with a good defense, they always have a good defense. With that coaching staff, I think Kirk Cousins and that scheme, obviously they'll change the offense, but I think Kirk Cousins would do pretty well in Baltimore. They probably won't win divisions because you got Cincinnati with Joe Burrow over there, but they'll still contend. I don't think Kirk Cousins is not a bad quarterback. I think it'd be a really good deal for both teams. So that's it with me. That's it. I'm all in. I am all in on Lamar Jackson. I know it's not going to happen. I fucking know it's not going to happen, and I'm not hoping it happens. But I'm saying, as a fan, if you ask me, do I want Lamar Jackson? Yes. You know why? Because you named me the last great Minnesota Vikings quarterback. Right. I'll see y'all next time, man.